Greetings, mortals, and welcome back to Planescape Torment.
So sorry, it's been a while since I was streaming last. I've been kind of busy, but we are ready to get in here.
What's up? Looks like my skills have increased.
We do have sound. Is this where I'm supposed to be? Was this the most recent save file? No, My most recent save was a hard save. I think it's in the same spot, but we're gonna do it anyway. Next time, I'm just gonna do a quick load or whatever it is. Okay, so we can level this guy up. How do we do that? Okay, I right-clicked him, and okay.
Sure, why not?
I'm wondering about that.
Huh?
Okay. Okay, so he has a lot of resists. That is some pretty impressive resistances.
Done.
Okay, and we can just leave out the front door, I guess. And why am I locked in? Oh, it's C, isn't it? No? Okay, so apparently X does that. Oh, wait. So that's interesting. You would think that since I've already, like... And the reason that I'm reloading is because it doesn't really make any sense for the character to not know exactly what he should say here. Because I've got one Dustman that I already told I was visiting Deonara, right? So I should be able to just use that same excuse on every Dustman now, but it won't let me, so... Sup, Sogo? There we go. All set. Because, like, there's nothing specific about this guy that would allow me to use that as opposed to not. Wow, that is a long cutscene. Thank you, I will leave now.
Alright.
I mean, you there, hold. Oh, that's not promising. Such a cool place. I should probably... I got an achievement for that.
I'm gone.
I think games should have fewer achievements. I think that achievements for just, like, finishing, like, chapters and things like that are silly. Let's see. Staring in the distance? Yes. Some questions. I got an achievement for that. Nope. Am I not muted here? Let's see. Do you know Farad?
Updated my journal.
Farad is a collector. If you want to know more of him, I know there's Initiate Emmerich in the Gathering Dust Bar that seeks him. May help you. Okay, where is it? As one leaves the mortuary front gate, head south and west. It lies past the memorial. Cool. So these guys all seem to say the same thing. This is a guard though, so. Do you know where we can find Ferret? Okay. So there's a person named Pox here. This cowled figure is hunched by the mortuary gate. His face is obscured by the shadows of his hood. What little you can see is his chin, which is covered with a stubble that appears to be a foul green and purple rash. The rash seems heaviest around his neck, fading as it crawls up his chin. So, the figure doesn't budge. There's a moment of silence. Then he responds in a high-pitched voice that sounds more fitted to a girl of 10 years than a man. Hi? Wait, what? Is he speaking Japanese? Pox am I, hi? Interesting. Pox? Mother and father named me. Wish to pox on firstborn. Oculus given some came true it did. Hi. So I had some more questions for you. Wait, the parents wished for a pox on their firstborn? Were they some sort of like mad scientists or something that wanted something to experiment on? If so, I heartily approve. That's a terrible thing to say. Let's see. So, you know someone named Farad. Hi, Farad. Collector. Big. Name has weight. Casts long shadow it does. Hi. So I wonder if this is a nervous tick or if this is something like that. The thing is that it fits if it's just yes. If every time he says hi, it's yes, it actually makes sense. So I'm wondering about that. So where can I find him? In the hive here he is. Somewheres, hi. Can you be more specific? Hi, somewheres in the hive he is. Ferret hide he does. Very hard finding he is. Not worth finding he is. What do you mean not worth? Hi, many hates him, other collectors even. Sharegrave hates him. Not like Ferret at all, hi. Sharegrave? Hi. Sharegrave, big name, carry weight. Cast long shadow he does. Tell Pox what to do he does. Interesting, this is like the exact same thing he said about Ferret. So would your boss know where he is? Hi. Sharegrave knows darks he does. Knows Ferret a hiding he does. Sharegrave in Ragpicker Square, many blocks west of here, hi. Say Sharegrave that Pox send you, tell him Sharegrave become sharecropper with Pox, he will. Hi. Okay. I had some other questions. So what are you doing? Wait for the debtors I do, hi. Why? Find a debtor, take him through the gate, get some jink, then I wait. I feel like standing directly outside the mortuary is not necessarily the best place to find corpses, but okay. A debt is to the dustman what coppers... I should be doing high pitch. A debt is to the dustman what coppers to a collector. Bring the dead, they give a copper to the gate, or if they do high... I can't continue doing that. I can't do a high-pitched voice. So why do they pay for the debt? Streets clean. Dead is put in their pace. Streets don't stink. Dead aren't lost. Kept inside the gate. All happy, hi. So what do they do with them? Haul debtors inside the gate, put them on slabs, cut them up, bury them, or make them walk, hi. I already know all this, but I'm going to keep asking just for the hell of it. Hi. They make them get up. If a debtor gives the dustman leave to, and the debtors become a skells or zoms. So is the front gate the only way in? Hi. Only debtor or dustman go in gate, they do. You want Pox to make you debtor again? Again? Hi. Many times you ask, Pox always do. How many times? Many times, hi. So we met before? Hi. So what do you know about me? You a debtor who don't stay debtor for long, hi. Deal square with Pox you do. Anything else you know? You a debtor who don't stay long? Yeah. It's the exact same sentence. Do you know anything besides that? Let's see. Let's see some other questions. lost a journal. Hi, no journal have I seen. Things get lost in Hive, never found again. Maybe journal one of them. Hi. And I think we've got all the info out of him that we need. Vines with black leaves. The stems look extremely sharp. Oh, it's a Davis. You see a tall creature with a shock of white hair. Its skin is greenish cast, and a pair of goat horns protrudes from its forehead. It's dressed in long flowing robes and appears to be floating slightly off the ground. Greetings. The creature turns to face you, and a series of symbols appears over its head. The symbols have a slight glow to them, and they just hover there. Oh, for the power's sake. Hiking Davis. What's wrong? He's a Davis. They speak in rebuses, these annoying word puzzles. If you don't know what he's saying, then we better find a native or some other way we can communicate with him. If we want to. An annoying bunch. My bet, they can speak. They'd just rather piss everyone else off by trying to puzzle out what they're saying. What's a Davis? Chant is their janitors for the Lady of Pain. They float around breaking, fixing, and patching up sigil according to her whims. They're worse than corpse flies. You can't swat them, though, or the lady will get upset. Who? She runs this place. You'll know it if you see her. She's got these blades around her face. She's about the size of a giant, and she floats off the ground just like these guys. Nobody knows much about her. She doesn't speak much. All you need to know is you don't want to make her angry. If you see her, my advice, run. So, I'm going to try to see if I can translate what he's saying. You ask the data several questions, trying to get a feel for the rebuses that appear over its head. It's extremely patient through your discussion, giving you easy sentences to translate. After a few minutes, you start to get the hang of it. It feels like you've done this before. So maybe you can help me. Who are you? I am a Davis. What are you doing? I attend to my duties. And I had another question for you. What could you tell me about the lady? A lone symbol appears above the Davis's head. This one shows a metallic female mask with blades coming out of the sides. Just looking at this ghostly image makes you uncomfortable. That's all I wanted to know. So we've just learned the Davis language. There's Hive folks. Ingress. I'm debating how I want to go about this. I think I'm just going to explore... Why is this guy frightened? See a man in tattered clothing. As you approach him, he suddenly stops and begins to look around, frightened. Greetings, sir. What you want, Cutter? I have nothing on me, so's I don't, and my rags are not worth the trouble. I'm not here to rob you. So, questions, he said? And what will those questions be? I'm missing a journal. You're missing a what? No idea where you'd find such a thing, Cutter. Let's see. How about Ferret? Name's not one I know, Cutter. Who's he? He's a collector? Most likely asked this Kip in the Rag Picker's Square, then. You might want to look there. During the day, that is. Not a nice place at night. Where's that located? It's a few blocks from here. Go west of the Mortuary as far as you can see. You'll run into it. Careful when you're around there, though, Cutter. The collectors don't always wait for the bodies to die before collecting them on them, aye? Okay. So, what can you tell me about the city? What is it? City of doors, the cage. Place where all doors lead to and from. Center of the plains, it gets most of the backwash from all places, too. Say this is where everyone ends up at one point or another. Well, you see, Cutter, the city's got a batch of doors scattered through it, and you see the doors. Yes? Let me rattle my bone box with a little more sense. You see the doors all over Sigil, but they don't always look like doors. They're more like portals, see? And they can be just about anything. A window frame, or picture frame, an archway, a barrel loop, a space between the table's legs, or a statue's legs. And all those are doors. Doors, portals, can be anything that's closed on all sides. It's hard to tell where they are, unless you got the key to the door. That how you got here, Cutter? Through a door? So what makes you say that? Well, you don't act like you're from around Sigil, see? So... each door's got a key, which makes it open, right? Most times you won't even know a door's around you unless you got the key. Then the door opens and you can just walk in and take your chances. Trick is, you know how I was saying the doors can be anything? Well, so can keys. They can be a tune you hum to yourself as you go through the door, a thought you be having about pastries, or a little jig you do. Or maybe there's a key's an object, like a piece of glass, or cobblestone, or a broken tooth. Anything. Yeah, that sounds pretty confusing. You get used to it. So where do they go? Doors can go anywhere, Cutter. Some don't even lead to the same place twice. You see, such is the way a number of the doors that they lead to almost anywhere in the plains. Anywhere. It's just that you get so damnable many of them, it's hard finding the one that takes you where you want to go. Okay. So, any other things? What can you tell me about Sigil? Okay. Tell me about the slums. What do you wanted to know about the Hive, Cutter? So why is it called the Hive? I don't know. He looks frightened that he doesn't know the answer. Mess of streets, mess of people, mayhap? Oh my god. It's actually like the center of some, like, nest of creatures that's gonna wake up and kill everybody. What's around here of interest? It, depends. Depends on what you find interesting, Cutter. Looking for work. Precious little, honest work to be found around here, Cutter. You can hunt some brain vermin for some coppers, pass off to the branch office of vermin for some jink, to hear tell, but messing with the brain vermin's dangerous work, though. You can just gather the deaders around the hive, take it to the mortuary for some jink. Brain vermin? Aye, nasty little critters. He looks pretty foolish. Alone, they're barely nothing at all. It's just when the brain vermin get together, they get all smart, and the more of them around each other, they start getting as smart as human. Nobody in their right mind wants that to happen. Hazard to everyone's health, that is. So what else is there? Where's this branch office? Okay. Can you tell me about the lady? Mistress of Sigil? You've not heard of her? Well, I mean, I've obviously heard of her since I called her by name. Yeah, but you must be blessed or clueless. Know little about Sigil, indeed. Lady's word's law here in Sigil. So, she don't say much. Dead silent she is, actually. Some law. Don't want to be talking too much about her, Cutter. You don't want to cross her shadow nor be singing her praises, alright? Now let's say no more about it. Rattling your bone box about the lady is dim indeed. Alright, well. Cutter, you might think you spare a few coppers for a blood who helped you on his way. Not many around here do that for a fella. Enough for a man to wet his tongue after all that talking, huh? He glances around to see if anyone saw the exchange and tucks the jink into the folds of his robe. Thank you kindly, Cutter. May the lady's shadow pass you by. This is copper. This is not gold pieces. Just so we're clear here. Like,
Watch, Chief. Just look natural. Casual.
let's see here. How much money do I have? So these are copper pieces, not gold. So if you think of like a game like Baldur's Gate, the value of one unit of currency is dramatically lower in this game than it is in that other one. It's an angry hive dweller. So, greetings. Okay. Hello, Ingress. You see a haggard woman wrapped in rags. Her hair is disheveled and dirty, and her complexion is extremely dark. Burns cover her arms, and her right hand is fused a lump of flesh. It looks melted, like wax exposed to great heat. Okay.
Updated my journal.
What is it you want from me? You want me to leave? Not leaving the city, so I'm not. I can't try it. It's not a city, it's a prison everywhere. Everywhere. There's worlds, there's plains that be sinking sands, fields thirsty nettles too, sightless worlds where your limbs are given life to hate, cities of dust where people are dust and whose people are dust, and whisper ash, the house without doors, the twilight lands, the singing winds, And shadows. The terrible shadows there be. So where? Where? Where's them places? They's all here be. Doors here to everywhere. Oh, so she can see all the portals. You're not knowing this? Tell you I will. Beware every space you walk through or touch this thrice cursed city. Doors, gates, arches, windows, picture frames, the open mouth of a statue, space between shelves. Beware any space bounded on all sides. All these are doors to other places. Every door has a key, it does, and with this key they show you their true nature. An arch becomes a portal, a picture becomes a portal, a window becomes a portal. All eager to take you somewhere else. They steal you away. And sometimes what's on the other side takes part of you as a tithe. So what are the keys? The keys to the keys number as many as the doors in the city. Every door a key, every key a door. And a key is anything. It could be an emotion, an iron nail held between your second and fifth fingers, a thought 3 times, then thought once in reverse, or maybe a glass rose. And it might...
Updated my journal.
Yes, can't leave. So how'd you get here?
My journal.
Came from a place else from here, almost a half life ago. Hummed a tune in a glade with 2 dead trees that had fallen together. A brilliant door appeared in the space between the cross trees, showed me the city on the other side. I stepped through, ended up here. So why can't you go back? Tried. All doors here to lead to other places. Went through thrice 10 portals. Some a purpose, some an accident. None of them right. Can't find my way back. Well, there must be a portal that takes you back. Can't even leave here. This square. And there, the place... The dead behind the gate waits for me. Can't go anywhere in this city. Why? Anything could be a door. Any arch there, any door here could be a portal. Don't know the key. Could be sent to another horrible place. Gotta stay away from closed spaces. All could be doors. Could have a key on me and not be knowing it. So, how long have you been afraid? Since the last time I walked through the portal and the place where my hand. Since the 10th turning. I'm in the 4th 10th turning that now. Wow, 30 years. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. if you got here, there must be a portal that takes you back. I love it. She smiles. Her teeth aren't chattering because she's cold. They're moving around inside her mouth, her gums twisting as the teeth shift around. They rise and recede as you watch, chattering as they rattle against each other. What? She hisses at you. Only takes one portal you steps through accident to drive the fear into you. I went through thrice 10, lost my hand, burned my flesh, and lost my sense. No more. Well, I mean...
Updated my journal.
I can figure out... You're getting mighty close to that there portal there. Who's Quentin? The man before you looks to be of middling height and years. He's as stout as he is thick, bullish neck, and his shoulders are hunched as if a great weight is pressing upon them. Gives you an impatient look. So, there's room, Cutter. No need to ask my leave to stand here. Actually, I wanted to know what the monolith is. It's a tombstone for the plains. Graveyards and names are scratched on that rock. Can only hope my name's the one that'll split this stone in twain. Quentin, right here, hammered just hard enough to send the damn thing crashing down. Aye, the Dusties scratched the names of the dead on this monument here. And the walls of this place, not enough space by my reckoning. But no matter, they do their best. Can barely read half the names. So what are you doing here? Reading the new arrivals. Try and find a new one every day. Try to remember if I knew him. Nothing more. Seems like a really morbid entertainment activity. Aye, they scratch them on this rock, and they scratch them on the walls of this place, too. I don't know why they take the trouble of counting the dead. The Dusties have more care for the living. Aye, you know, the dustman mourners that come to this place, they aren't mourning the dead, see? They're mourning the living. You can barely get a word in edgewise without them asking to mourn some poor living Burke for you. So why do they mourn the living? You got me there, Cutter. Might want to put the question to them. Seems they get... To me, the dead are thrice worth the pity of any poor sod living in the pit. Every name on there is a blessed in my book, it is. Let's see. Or know anybody who came back after names up there. You mean come back from death? Not a one, Cutter. Everything that lives dies, and that's the way of things. Still, considering the planes go on forever and all, I suppose anything's possible. No harm in asking, Cutter. Alright, well, I don't have anything. Oh. She's a satyr or something? The woman's face looks broken and she's covered in scars. They look like bite marks and fingernail cuts. She's cradling the shreds of several rags in her hands and is staring emptily at the wall of the monument to the names there. Greetings. Get you back! What do you want of Sevtai? What's wrong? Those chaos men wrecked my cart, attacked me, and killed 3 of my sisters who tried to stop them. Not sisters anymore. Now they're nothing but names on this memorial wall. Chaos men. Chaos men, a faction that says what they are is an adult bunch that go wild through the hive and does whatever they please. We never did no harm to them. Then they lope in like dogs and tear apart everything within reach. So who are they? They're a Hiver gang. Bunch of addled sods that call themselves the starved dogs barking or some barmy nonsense. Oh my god. I love it. The second option, I don't know if it's necessarily in character for Kamanatin, but it's so perfect. Like, the Angel of Death motif is just too perfect there. A copper earring in your purse if you pen 3 of those murdering sods in the dead book, Jig. Can you tell me where they might be found? Go to the south gate spireward from here. Then walk around the block till you come to a place where the men run in circles howling at the sig sky. There's the starved dargs there.
Updated my journal.
You know. Death of names. You see a dustman with a crooked smile frozen on his face. Despite the smile, his eyes are dull as stones. His right arm is shorter than the left, and he keeps it tucked in his side as if cradling a small child. Greetings. Name? I don't know. No name, can't help you. The dustman speaks in a curious sing-song voice. Need to give a name if you want to see where it's died. What?
Updated my journal.
Give it a name when you're born, give it back when you need it, no more. Death of names, death of names. His eyes swim over the monument, then to the walls of the area. Buried many names here, Death of Names has. Tell me a name and I'll show you its grave. Deonara. His eyes roll to the back of his head, then pop back. With a wild gleam, his eyes run across the walls of the monument, scanning the names at inhuman speed. He then points to a section of wall. Buried. So, chiseled into the black stone, a tiny, cramped writing is the name you requested. It's almost lost beneath the sea of names around it. Okay. I don't think I'm going to be doing the whole Adon thing because it's not really in character for this character. I might actually replay this game as a chaotic character just to see how it goes because I think it would be fun. See a heavy-set man with sharp features and a pained expression. Despite his huge frame, however, he has an effeminate look about him, and unlike the other residents you've seen, he looks to have bathed recently. As you approach, he looks up hopefully and calls out in a high voice. Craddock! Good sir? What? 1,000 apologies, good sir, if I hadn't given any offense. I'm called Bane the Sender, third child of Dai Bane the Sender. I'm one of the many runners in the employ of the House of Senders. So no apologies? What do you need? 1,000 apologies for troubling you with such a trivial matter, but I seek Craddock, an overseer in the Hive. But alas, he eludes me. Could it be that you've heard of such a man? I'm sorry, I haven't. I'm bound to deliver a message to him, and as yet fortune has chosen not to favor me. Okay. I could try and pass along the message. Oh, fortunate day for Bane in the House of Centers. Any assistance you could provide would be most welcome. If you can find the Craddock and pass along the message, I shall see that you're paid for your troubles. Okay, what's the message? The shipment must be incursed by the 3rd day or there will be a penalty. I'm told that Craddock will know about the shipment to which the message pertains. Alright, well, if I see him, I'll tell. He's said to be a giant of a man, sturdy with features. He's the overseer of one of the Hive marketplaces. Alas, I know little else than that. Good sir. Okay.
Updated my all right.
So he will reward me if I... Elderly Hive Dweller. Who are you? Forgive me, but I'm an old woman and don't see so well. Do I know you? Nope. What is it you wanted? I had some questions. Questions? Oh no, you're an adventurer, ain't you? Name, job, and all that rot, eh? Well, I won't have it off with you. I'm not an adventurer. Bar that, I've watched the dustman put the name of me husband, damn his soul, me son, and both me daughters on the memorial. Adventurers, all of them. Why, I swung quite a sword myself back in the day, so I knows ones when I sees them. The old woman seems to be working herself into a fit. Her face has become flustered and flecks of spittle fly from her lips as she howls at you. I'll just let her continue her tirade. I bet you've got all sorts of barmy questions. She mimics your heroic stance. Greetings, I have some questions. Can you tell me about this place? Who's the Lady of Pain? I'm looking for a mighty girdle of swank iron. Have you seen one? Do you know where a portal to the 2817th plane of the abyss might be? Do you know where the holy flaming frostbrand Gronk slaying Vorpal hammer a wounded and returning and shooting lightning out of your bum is? Dung all of it. Only gets you in the dead book. I had to kick you in the shins for even pestering an old woman about it all. Now get away and leave me in peace. Okay, interesting note here. This holy flaming frostbrand Gronk slaying Vorpal hammer a wounding is not a valid enchantment because it's Vorpal hammer. You can't have a Vorpal hammer. It has to be an edged weapon to be Vorpal. I think there's an equivalent to Vorpal, but not obviously. She's just kind of fucking around with me. It's not a mistake, but it's funny that immediately as she says Vorpal hammer, I'm like, well, actually, a Vorpal hammer is not a possibility. Alright, so we've got Hive Dwellers, we've got some Hive Thugs here. Have I talked to this Dabus already? No, I have not. I'm going to talk to this Dabus. Greetings. I'm going to have Morty translate for what he's... Okay, so he's not willing to translate. Okay, so this guy isn't going to have anything new, I don't think. These Dabuses are really cool, though. Okay, so we've saved the game. Should I be picking a fight with these thugs? Why not? Greetings! The man looks at you for a moment, grunts, then raises his hand, revealing a wicked dagger. He smiles evilly and begins twirling it in a menacing arc. Okay. Oh.
What's up?
Well, he attacked me. Oh, are you running away, friend?
You see that? Yeah.
All right.
Oh, wow. The AI is substantially better. Like, the pathing for the AI is way better. And they're dead.
All right. I'm gone.
Ba-dum-bum. Cool. So my inventory is full. I can't pick that up, but I can pick it up now.
I'm gone.
And we've dealt with those hooligans. So we can now talk to the Hive Dwellers if we want. I don't know that we want to talk to random people. We want to talk to pseudo-random people. People who have a marginally The post, huh? This filthy-looking corpse is in sad shape. Shoulders are slumped and one of the legs is broken, causing it to lean to one side. Stains cover it from head to toe. Judging from the smell and the texture, the stains run from the rotten fruit of mud to the bird droppings. To add to the indignity, graffiti has been carved onto its body and several notices have been nailed to its chest, back, and head. Oh, I'm going to examine it. Despite the many stitches, the corpse's rotting skin is peeling back in several places, revealing long stretches of muscles and bone. You'd guess that the zombie is frequently used as target practice. The fruit of and mud stains aside, some of the tears in the skin still have rocks and bits of glass lodged to them. One wicked-looking cobblestone is still embedded in the side of its head. I'm going to pry out the cobblestone. You grab hold of the cobblestone and pull it out of the corpse's head. Traces of brain matter and rotting flesh slowly drip from it. It looks like whatever was in its head turned to ooze long ago. Okay. A number of leaflets have been ruined by rain, but some of them are still legible. One tacked on its back is from something called the Office of Vermin and Disease Control. The one on its forehead looks like a bill of fare for a restaurant. One on this chest looks like an official notice, and another appears to be some sort of want ad. Okay, so let's look at the post there. So, to those Hive citizens wishing gainful employ for the most honorable and generous sigil government, inquire forthwith at the Office of Vermin and Disease Control to help stem plague of brain rats. Bounties paid, copper given for each rat tail brought. Tails must be genuine and from a rat only. No cat, dog, or fiend tail accepted. Office several streets south and west of Mortuary Gate in Lower Hive. Ask for official inspector in charge, the respected Phineas T. Lort, the 39th. And let's examine the graffiti, I guess. Graffiti runs from obscenities about the dustmen to slogans glorifying what appear to be local gangs. One piece of graffiti catches your eye. Someone has carved the name Farad on the corpse's left arm and then slashed an X across it. Okay. Bill of sale. So someone, that might be like someone calling for a hit on Farad. So someone has posted a bill of fare for the Gathering Dust bar, but the bill of fare cannot be read as the words Smoldering Corpse Bar have been scrawled in charcoal over the bill. Smoldering Corpse Bar? The zombie immediately jerks its left arm towards and upwards and thumps far to the southeast. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. Reminds me of a job I once had. Well, I mean, without the arms. I wonder if this would work with the other notices. So, Farad.
My journal.
The zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the west and downwards. A moment later, the arm falls back to its side with a thump. So that is cool. So, let's see. Zombie immediately jerks its left arm upwards and points far to the southwest. So this is a really cool little system. Also, I love how you get experience for doing all this kind of stuff. So let's see. Office of Disease Control, Bill of Fare, official notice. Public notice by the order of the Judiciary Council and in accordance with the citizenry of Sigil, let it be known that defacing a registered servant of the Dustmen, either by graffiti, malicious attack, or by posting notices, will constitute a felonious assault, and the perpetrator will be answerable for vandalism of said servant, by order of the Hall of Speakers. Okay. And the want ad. Wanted, able-bodied person willing to investigate matter of the utmost importance to the Dustman cause. Will offer suitable compensation upon successful completion of said task. Interested parties inquire with the initiate Noroch. Gathering Dust Bar. Gathering Dust Bar. The zombie immediately jerks its arm upwards and points west to the building before you. A moment later, the armor back falls. Is there anything else that we want to look at? No, I don't think so. I think we're set. Oh, I dropped something. Alright, so let's see. This is a cobblestone. So the question is, I have this cobblestone. It does not appear to be a weapon. It's not usable. I'm going to... So was she watching me?
I'm gone.
Hike off.
Pike off. You see a striking red-haired girl dressed in leather armor. Her right arm is covered in a series of interlocking plates that look as if they were taken off the skin of some creature, and a horned shoulder piece protects her left arm. Oddly enough, she has a tail. This is flicking back and forth as you watch. And you heard her say what she said. So, greetings! The girl ignores you. Hey, you've been talking shit about me and now you're ignoring me? So, since she's ignoring me, I think that it's best to go results-oriented. So, let's see. I'm gonna go ask about Farron. Aye, I might say more if you sweeten the question, aye? Jink jink, aye? She means money. Oh. Aye. What the skull said. Hard coin. How much? How much is it you want to know, eh? Come on, I haven't got all day, I haven't. About 20. Aye, alright then. Look for him in the alley spireward from mortuary. That's to the west, south and west of the mortuary, aye? Aye, some other questions. What does he want to know? This is so rude. Obviously she knows she has a tail. So, I'm missing a journal. You seen one? Nay, I've seen nothing like that, I haven't. Sure, I trust you. Where am I? You're lost, but you're about to find trouble. Make yourself lost somewhere else, Blubber. Okay. I'd pike off to wherever you came from then. Farewell to you two. I love it. Oh.
I'm gone.
Greetings. Farewell. Okay, well, you wanna wrestle, my friend?
All right.
What's up? Good as done.
Ba-da-bum, bum, bum.
Done.
I actually really like the combat system in this game.
I'm gone.
Immediately running away. Critical hit, 2 damage.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, a Clot Charm. See a tired-looking woman dressed in tight leather, etc. Why don't you stay and chat with me a bit, love? Greetings. Now you look to be a now you look to be a blood who's lost something. Mayhaps I can help you find it. Oh? What good fortune! We probably lost what we're looking for back at your kip, miss. Actually, I'm missing a journal. Eh? What are you about? I'm not missing anything, but I do have some questions. Unless you get... I'm not a tout. Unless you got some jink to pay for my time. Okay. 10 coppers. Other questions of a deeper chant will cost you more. Okay. Let's see. So, I need someone named Farron. Farron? Now that's one of the greater darks, love. If you wanted to know about it, that'll be thrice the coppers of a normal asking. Okay. Also, I already paid you one part of that. If I'm giving her thrice, I should be giving her 20 more. Well, you be wanted to know about him. Alright? At that price, anything you can tell me about him. Chances he's a collector, boss. He's a whole bunch of bloods in the shadow. So where can I find him? Now, no one's for dead sure, but if I were to suggest a place, love, I'd say Ragpicker Square. Ragpicker Square? Aye, big old heap of rags and trash 3 blocks to the west due to the mortuary. All the collectors stake their kip there. Chances are Fair's got his kip there too. I'm just seeing if there's any EXP to be gained from that. we already know what those guys are. Okay, looking for a journal. No idea where you'd get such a thing, love. You might want to look elsewhere. I know some places you might start. Chief, can you sport me some junk? It's been a long time, it has. I'm not even going to ask how you intend to accomplish this. It's twice the cost for the Mimir or any other degenerate. Mimir? Mimir is a talking encyclopedia. That's me, Chief. Let's just get out of here. Farewell.
Done.
Okay. Like, what on earth? How on earth does that even work? So I'm gonna go ahead and just pop into this building.
Done.
What's up, Angar? This man looks haunted. His eyes are half lidded as if he has trouble sleeping, and his hair is long and unkempt. His beard is flecked with bits of dead skin and old bits of food. He doesn't seem to notice as you approach. Greetings, Man glances up at the sound of your voice. His slack expression vanishes. It looks like someone just lit 2 fires in his eyes. What be your business barging into me house? Get, or I'll send you back to wherever you crawled from. Sorry? I went with calm down. Are you daft? You filthy, scar-ridden dog, off with you, or even the powers won't be able to save your hide. Okay. You best never cross my door again, you wretch stinking bastard. Yeah. We're gonna talk to his wife. Greetings. You'd best leave before I call up my husband. He won't care kindly to have you haven't barged your way into our home. I'm gonna go with this, because it seems like she would have called him. I have not the time, stranger. Do not be troubling me with such thing. So, are you alright? Me? Oh, aye. You'd best leave. My husband has not been himself of late. You'd best not provoke him with your presence. He seemed messed up. He's been out of sorts of late. A touch of the cough, maybe. So, what's really wrong with him? I think he's done something he regrets. I think he signed one of the dead contracts. I can't imagine what possessed him to do such a foolish thing. Dead, the dustmen. They have contracts that give the right to somebody's body after they die. So what do they do with it? Animate it with their black magics. Turn it into one of the walking dead. Make it worker till it rots away. And then they keep it as a worker, but it's a skeleton. Ding! So I'm going to go with your husband won't need his body after death. What's the problem? The ghoulishness of the contract aside, it's his nature that's been changed. He's become sullen and dark since doing the sign, and he can't seem to arouse himself for honest work. It's like the lady's shadow hangs on him. So why did he sign it? He may have been goat eager to bring himself some more jink by custom. He's prideful, but I think he's hurt himself more by doing so. So can it be undone? She looks surprised and sighs. I've tried. I've spoken to the dustman he did the signing with, but he's cold and chill like all the dusties. He even lectured me on the husband as if I have the right to try and help him. Her lips become tight, thin line, as if picturing the dustman's face. He was cold, cruel, he was. So who was this guy? Dusty called himself Gravesend. I know not the first name. He has a table at the dustman bar in the Hive. Gathering Dust, I believe the place is named. You can find most like him here, trying to get more people to sign the contracts. So where is this?
Journal.
Head to the street outside the Memorial Stone, then you head south and west from there. You should run right into it. There's one of them walking corpses out in front. I'll see what I can do. I won't turn away such a friendly gesture. She seems grateful, then her worried expression returns. But I must ask you not to let on I asked you to do such a thing. My husband has a terrible temper, and if he were to find out, oof. Alright, well, he won't find out. So probable. I'll see to undoing your husband's contract now. Booyah. We got a questicle.
Done.
I think that's the first time I've actually used that expression. That's what one of my friends calls it. Alright. So let's head to the Gathering Dust Bar. A lot of people have mentioned it. So this Noroch guy had a quest. You see the spindle-thin dustman in dirty black robes. His stiff black hair springs forth from his skull like a crown of spikes, and his leper-white skin is drawn sharply across his skull. He's frowning into his drink and mumbling to himself. Greetings, sir. Noroch, Initiate, Dustman, Guard. Hear about the posting outside. Many troubles have I. Help, can you? A mausoleum awakes. The dead walk, the dead disturbed, the dustman disturbed. Find out what disturbs the undead, and copper coins will I pay. So where is it?
My journal.
Mausoleum by Deadman Memorial. Dustman Memorial, rather. Go north and west from the Black Monument. Go to the arch and semicircle. And go to arch and a semicircle over your heart with this finger, this make. He wiggles his index finger on his right hand. To the mausoleum, go you will. Okay, well, we'll look into it. So basically, that's the key. The key is a specific finger movement. Seer the Skeptic. Let's talk to this guy. This tiny wizened man is dwarfed by his huge dustman robes. They look as if they were chosen to cloak his small stature. Although he looks to be in his late 90s, this man is extremely energetic. He fidgets continuously and his eyes dart around the bar like a bird's. Greetings! Hail and well met, traveler. You look like one who's just getting their sigil legs about them. Pardon me, have we met before? Your face seems familiar somehow. Possibly. Are you certain it was me? Maybe I was mistaken. Well, no matter, no matter. How is it that the Mortai Gravesend may help you? Do you seek the contract, perhaps? Ah, are you the dustman who signed the contract with Bangya? Mayhaps, I do not recall the name, however. And do you have the contract with you? I do not normally keep the documents with me, but it may be that... No, I don't have it on me. Would you like me to fetch it from the back rooms? I would like to cancel the contract. I'm afraid that's impossible. The contract is signed, settled, and binding. Okay, I'm going to go with number 2. The contract is tearing the man's life apart. It is causing him distress. It is possible that he may not even be able to approach the true depths with such emotions churning in his mind. Oh, I can see more options. So we're going with 2. Looks like you've negotiated him into a corner. I cannot. It's a matter of law, my friend. Besides, the burden lies upon the signer to overcome his own feelings in order to reach the true depth. I cannot... I love it. So you're saying that you'll deny him the true death for the sake of a piece of parchment? Look, it's not how you're making it out to be. You obviously hold the philosophy of the Dustman in contempt to damn a man's soul over a piece of paper. Do other members of your faction know of your conduct in this regard? If not, they soon will. Mortai glares at you for a moment, opens his mouth, closes it, then opens it. By the 9 hells, wait here. And keep your bone box latched. A few seconds later, he returns. He's holding a dusty piece of parchment, which he gives to you. Here. All for a man's peace of mind. Now be gone and nettle me with your preachings no longer. I'll leave. For now. Okay, sorry. Now, let's talk to the skeptic. As you approach, an elderly woman turns and stares at you. La, look who's coming on us here today. Death's dearest son. Death's dearest son, huh? So she apparently knows me. She looks you up and down, then shakes her head in disbelief. By every power in its mother, boy, what crypt did you crawl out of? Maybe she doesn't know me. Fresh from the mortuary, actually. That's so. Worms my ears to hear you gave that place the laugh, boy. Not much of watering hole for one who isn't relieving themselves. Too many cobwebs and dusty minds. Aren't you a dustman? A dustman? I suppose. It's enough sand to pass through the hourglass while wearing these robes. This body's almost ready to pay the ferryman. Are you afraid of dying? Of course I am, boy. Who isn't? She frowns and glances around. Well, except dustmen. They're not afraid because they've been swallowing so much of their own bat droppings over the decades they've blinded themselves into thinking that death's some kind of release. So what sparked this crisis of faith? Life. Never mind. I won't bore you with the niggling details. I'm actually curious. Oh, would you? How old do you take me for, boy? Old. Well, you're wrong. I'm really old. Now, I've spent most of my long years teaching dustmen. I've seen many dustmen whelps grow within our order, taught them the ways of the faction, kept the faith, preached the tenets of the faction, and so on and so on. No questions, no doubt. This life was merely an antechamber that led to the true death. So what happened? Well, half a month back, I went sick with fever. Thought it was the end. It rattled my cage. Ow. There's something about having your faction members circle your deathbed like a pack of pale-faced ghouls, nodding and agreeing that your suffering and dying is all for the best. Oh, Seer is so fortunate. She shall soon be relieved of the burden of life. Burden of life? That's when it struck me. That there's something, queer expression comes over expression, addled about not appreciating your life. The dustman kept saying that life is misery and suffering. Is it? Then we should be happy to pass on to oblivion. Should we? Questions, questions, and precious few answers. Well, it sounds like you don't believe in the dustman philosophy. Suppose I have a swarm of doubts all buzzing in my skull. Hard to get them all to be quiet sometimes. They need to be fed some answers, and I haven't got them all worked out. So what'll you do? Take me, square boy, I don't know. That's the problem with doubt. I can't even trust that I'm feeling is true, or if I'm scared of death only because of my brushing with a fever, or even what I should do. Is this a passing thing? I don't know. So, this is interesting. I'm wondering what I should go with here. She's kind of old to be swapped, to basically be going into an entirely different life. Oh, hello, cat. So, this is it's not like you're talking to some, young person who has their whole life ahead of them. If she abandons her current sort of path, she might just kind of spend the rest of her life just kind of regretting and thinking about all of the people, because she was a teacher, right? So she might actually end up with a much worse life if she tries to sort of embrace her life now. Sorry, I have a cat in my lap. I'm actually thinking number 3 might be the best option, because it also, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of Komanatin basically having a clear understanding of the canonical structure of the different sort of religions, and being like, oh well, within the context of the worldview that you have expressed, this is the argument that is there to be made, right? I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with number 3 because it's just sort of an interesting one. So we're gonna go with number 3. Maybe so, maybe so. I'll have to chew over it some more. Should, it's no small matter. Ah, now enough of me rattling my bones. You look like you've earned a share of handshakes with death itself. Has it changed your views somewhat? Doesn't it look like you appreciate more? Well, my condition is unique. I woke up in the mortuary. I think they mistook me for a corpse and were prepared to bury me. The strange thing is I think I actually had died and got better. You're rattling my coffin. It's true. Strange are the ways of the plains, and I've seen too much to throw any tale out with a wash. If it's true, why does this happen? All I know is woke up in the mortuary, etc. Now, don't be saying that too loud. Most peculiar. Never heard of anything like that. Shame about the memories. So, do you have any idea? Nay, not a one. Never knew anyone whose death wouldn't take until now. So, Questions, eh? Well, you can ask. Crypt crawler. So have you seen a journal? What does it look like? No idea. If you don't know what it looks like, how do you expect to find it? I'm beginning to wonder that myself. So, how about Farad? That dog. He's the worst of the collector lot. I heard he has his kip set up somewhere in Ragpicker Square. Many streets west of the mortuary gate. Dangerous place, though. Some of them collectors ain't patient enough to wait for folks to die so they can sell them for jink. They're vermin that scavenge the bowels of the hive for bodies to sell to the dustmen. Make a living off the dead. A motley breed. Makes you ashamed to share the same city with them. At least they help keep the streets clean. Let's see. So I met Iveen. Do you know her? Who? Strange young woman, poor eyesight, near deaf, downs for hands? Maybe she's a new initiate. I've never heard of her. Interesting. Let's see. Sugu. That boy used to be regular around here. Don't know what happened to him. Could be he was shaken up after his friend died. Explain? One of his friends was killed in the hive a few weeks ago, torn apart by rats. Messy business. Oh, has he always been a guide? No, only for the past few months. Last I heard, he was sent off on some missionary duty, but I don't know where. Okay. Who's Mortai? Mortai? Ha! Thought you were going to ask about a dustman. There's no dustman who's less a dustman than a jinx snacking, bone box rattling lackwit. Wow. Mortai is so anxious to impress his betters by getting the most dead contract size that I wonder if he'll ever be a dustman. Interesting. He's eager to get contracts signed, boy. He's concerned about his reputation. He's thinking about his career with the dustman. That alone says it all. I mean, this is something that I should understand, but apparently I don't understand. The reason that he should not be thinking about this, he shouldn't be eager, is because he should not be caring about this life at all, because this is a false life, and etc., etc. It said that passions kill. For dustmen, it's the opposite. Passions keep you alive, and if you can't strip yourself of passions, whether eagerness, greed, or ambition, then you're doomed to never truly die, because life will always get a hold of you. Okay. So, Dahl, he was my instructor of the philosophical arts during my early training at the mortuary, and a crusty old fool to boot. He's ill, so my ears tell me. I bet he'll be even more bored to death with his presence. Is he dying? Sicker than a spotted dog is. Not much sand left in the hourglass for him. Okay, other questions. They didn't crawl out of a crypt. She frowns, her face wrinkling like crumpled parchment. Right then, what coffin did you crawl out of? One of those shoddy splint coffins at Hammer's, most like. Gives corpse splinters, I hear. That boy's not worth it. So, who's Hammer's? Hammer's is a coffin breaker, parter, coffin maker in Lower Ward. Inherited the shop when his father died, much in the shame of every corpse needing a coffin, crypt, or tombstone in all of Sigil. So what happened to his father? Those years just for show, boy? He died. His son talked him to death, most likely. That boy's tongue doesn't stop rattling. I'm surprised he doesn't shake his head loose from those shoulders. Can I ask some other questions? Let's see. I didn't crawl out of a crypt. I didn't crawl out of a coffin either. All right, boy. What sarcophagus did you crawl out of? Just ribbing you, boy. No harm meant. You do look like Death's Own, though. Okay. So sorry to bother you. I'm done. Okay, so we've talked to her. We've got zombie workers and bodyguards and all those things. We've got old Copper Eyes over here. Before he was a tall, silent figure, he could easily pass for a statue, although the deep furrows in his face and brow make you wonder if the sculptor was a little too eager in defining the face with the chisel. He looks well over 50 years old, but exactly how much over 50 is hard to tell. As he slowly turns to look at you, you catch a dull sheen of copper in his eyes. Greetings! Old Copper Eyes stares at you. His eyes are difficult to make out past the black veil of his eye sockets, but they look like they have a coppery sheen about them. I already mentioned that. I have some questions. Okay, well. Here's awaiting death. I wonder if he's awaiting something. Before he was a young dustman with stubble on his chin and dark circles beneath his eyes. He's staring at the wall with somber expression. Greetings! He doesn't look up. So he's staring at something. Alright then. Let's go, Chief. The dusty might as well be fertilizer. Fair enough, let's get out of here. As you turn to leave, the dustman suddenly speaks, his voice barely a murmur. You have to strain your... to hear the words. You think he said something about wanting to die. What'd you say? Do you want to die? No. Do you? Yes. Why do you want to live? So, being that this is Komanaton, and he's the scientist, he would definitely just give the scientist answer, which is survival instinct. The dustman looks silent. After you speak, he does not respond, merely watches you. He looks as if he's thinking. Do you want to die? Is that why you asked? Yes. Why do you want to die? This existence is a mockery of life. I do not wish to continue this charade any longer. Why would anyone wish to remain in this foul city in the center of the multiverse that feeds on pain and hatred? Death is silent, comforting. There's a lot more to life than pain and hatred. This is living. This existence is a mockery of life. I do not wish to continue this charade any longer. Death is silent, comforting. Maybe after your first death. The first death? What, were you resurrected? Resurrection, brought back to life. The magical part is indeed powerful. Let's see. Who would be capable? Powerful sorcerer or priest? No, powerful sorcerer would not be able to raise the dead because it is in fact divine magic and cannot be done by blah 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 blah. Awaiting death. What a noob. Anyway, but not anyone I know, and I don't believe you know anyone of that sort either. Let's see. I can prove it. What? You don't me. You can't seriously. Take your hands, twist your neck. Your vision slowly returns. Your death felt different this time. You see awaiting death standing above you. He looks horrified and fascinated. He is propped into a chair and is looking apprehensively at the other bar patrons. They don't appear to have noticed or have mistaken you for a drunk. Convinced that? Are you one of the Walking Dead? Nope. Then what are you? I don't know. Yet you still think? You still feel? This is an interesting thing. I'm wondering... I wonder whether this is an actual feeling that he's got. I'm going to go with just yes. To be dead and still think and feel? Will misery never leave a body be? The thought seems to horrify him. Even death is no release. Perhaps you should not be so quick to abandon this life before knowing what the next life holds for you. Your words carry weight, sir, in a fresh perspective. I will do as you have asked. As you said. Live, grow old, and learn. Farewell. You gained experience for killing yourself.
Done.
Yep. She looks relieved and her eyes become misty. Oh, by the powers, you must be a diva in disguise to do something for a person you know barely know.
Updated my journal.
If you could show my husband the contract, say you got it for him, but don't say how, I'd appreciate it. Okay, I'll show it for him then. I'll just show him the contract. As you pull the contract, the blood drains out of Anyo's face. For a moment, he seems at a loss for words, then his temper quickly resurfaced. Where did you get that? By the powers, you'd best tell me. I'm just going to tear it up.
Updated my journal.
You tear up the parchment, and Angier's eyes follow the bits of paper as they float to the ground with a desperate look. He shudders slightly, then straightens, as if a great weight has been lifted from him. Yeah, nothing's free, not in the Hive, Cutter. Consider this free. Comoniton desperately wants to improve the world. Whether he's right about ways to improve the world is something to be said, but this is definitely the kind of mentality that he would have. He would see this place and be just disgusted, like, this entire city must be purged. Maybe not quite like that, but, you know, kill them all, then reanimate them. You know, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, methinks, Cutter, for whatever that's worth. Alright, take care, Angyar. Noble spirit. What does that mean? Did I change my... Oh, my alignment is currently neutral good. So that's interesting, because I ended up becoming good before I became lawful.
I'm gone.
Shalandra's Kip. So this is the mausoleum. Is there anything else that we want to do here? This is an open tomb. Let's save here and go in.
All right.
Money on the ground for some reason. Let's read Penn's note. There. This note has been written with some remarkable penmanship upon the very finest of parchment. Vaxis, if you're reading this, then you have undoubtedly failed in your task, and I have been forced to use the escape route I arranged. I told you that your little disguise idea was ridiculous. In any case, you'll need to lay low for a while. The dustmen may be deluded, but they're not fools. And they will certainly seek retribution for our intrusion. I've left you some coins. Use them to secure a hiding place in the Hive, preferably in Ragpicker's Square. The dustmen will be unwilling to look for you there. Once you've secured a new hiding place, I have a new mission for you. Find out where Ferret is getting the bodies he's delivering to the mortuary. It's apparently causing the dustmen a great deal of upset, and I wouldn't mind knowing myself. Reports are that the stone-faced dustman at the Gathering Dust Bar, Initiate Emmerich, I think the fool's name was, has been sending out finders to try and mark Ferret's movements. See if you can find out how far along he is and hinder his efforts until we know more about Ferret's activities. I don't want Emmerich finding out something before we do. Okay, so that's good to know. So we are going to move all this stuff deeper so that the first 4 are the places that we find stuff. And what is this? Alright, so
Done.
we got 10 coins for free. We can go to the Gathering Dust Bar and see if we can find this Emmerich person.
All right.
I don't see it. Oh, here's Emmerich. I didn't see him. See a heavy-set man with dark skin and grim features. He's dressed in dustman robes and regarding you with a steady gaze. Greetings. You have the look of one lost. Did the wind send you, or are you here on purpose? Who are you? I'm Emmerich, factotum and initiate of the Fourth Circle. Is this your bar? If you measure ownership in copper, this is not my establishment. If you measure ownership in spirit, it is mine. The dustmen here are my students. They are under my protection. Okay. I already asked this. Searching for Farad. I would know why you seek Collector Farad. He stole something from me. So why do you want to know my business with Farad? Collector Farad has brought many corpses to the mortuary of late. One must ask where those bodies are come from. So tell me more about the bodies. Some are recent dead. They still have their last moments in their eyes. Many more bodies are centuries dead. The dust of ages lies on their bones. One must ask where these bodies are from. So perhaps I could find out. How would you do such a thing? Track him down and ask him. If you spoke with Collector Farad and returned with the answers, you will have done a great service for the dustmen. Find where the dead he brings to us from, and you will be rewarded. Alright. Your path is our path. Return here when you have collected the answers. So where is he? It's not known where the collected ferret is. He hides from the eyes of the dustmen. I would seek other collectors and ask them your questions. Okay. These eyes have seen no journal. Perhaps your search will take you elsewhere. Alright, I'll look elsewhere then. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop outside.
Done.
And we can now go to this mausoleum place over here. And once we've done that, I think we'll be done with this little section for now. And the cat's meowing. And we got a portal here. She's like, no, no!
I'm gone.
So, spectral figure materializes from the gloom of the passageway ahead and quickly moves to block your path. It floats before you, its once human features twisting in a mask of rage. Defilers! Leave this place at once! Greetings. Leave now! This place is forbidden to the living. Leave while you still can. So I have some questions. Seek your answers elsewhere. This place is a sanctuary for the dead. I shall not permit this slumber to be disturbed by the intrusion of yet another insolent mortal. So, someone else has been here? If you must know, yes, there was another intruder who even now continues to violate the sanctity of these hallowed halls. The souls of my brothers and sisters cry out for peace. So, who is this intruder? He's an evil coward who wields great power over the dead. He seeks something within these halls. What it might be or what its purpose is in seeking it, I cannot say. So why don't you drive him away? I cannot. The coward has sealed himself within the inner chamber of the mausoleum. He's erected powerful wards that bar my entrance into the chamber. It is from there that he calls on the dark arts to awaken my brethren and bends them to his evil will. Well, I could be his assistance. Yes, you might prevail where I have failed. If you will pledge to rid me of the blackguard, I will grant you passage. What say you?
Updated my journal.
Totes. So be it. But take heed, tread lightly in these halls, lest you join the others in eternal rest. Okay. Does that mean you've got traps for me in here? Yep. That would be a yes. And we've got some skellies over here. They are not attacking me. Well, they are now. I'm actually not sure who it's better to have taking damage right now. Because I do regenerate. Alright, well. My AC is actually decent enough for dealing with these kinds of things. So... I am, in fact, going to have to get up and feed the cat soon. Yeah, this is not my cat, so that we're clear. I'm not going to have this cat forever. I'm just cat sitting for a friend of mine for a while, so... In the future, this cat will not be around. And let's see. I'm at like half life.
All right.
Back. Yeah, one thing that I really like about the combat system in this game is how quickly your characters move.
All right.
So I don't really want to loot this place.
Done.
Did you see that? Damn it. Damn it. Damn it.
Now, interestingly enough, I'm actually able to resurrect my companions, which is a really interesting and very potent ability. Because Becca was right about one thing, which is that it is a very high-level spell.
Good as
to raise the dead. I think it's, what, like 5th level spell? Which means that you have to be, like, a 9th level character to cast it.
Did you see that?
Did you see that? Yeah, get wrecked, friend. Oh, wow. He's really just not swapping targets.
Did you see that?
I did. Good job, Morty.
Did you see that?
I'm gone.
So he didn't drop anything. So this leads to the inner chamber. And taking the magic missile traps myself, I think, is in my best interest. Because Morty doesn't regen.
All right.
So he can take the... He can do the
See
tanking,
that?
and I'll do the trap disarming.
Done.
Huh? Okay.
I'm gone.
But yeah, I'm actually pretty happy. Like, the combat system in this game feels pretty fast-paced. I had forgotten that, like the combat system in this game felt so good. Because it is a very enjoyable system, actually. Oh. Poor Morty. So we've got a giant skeleton here.
Did you see that?
All right.
I'm like trying to flank them for absolutely no reason.
Good as done.
Poor Morty. Oh, is he stuck? Nice. So, I will inevitably beat him here. How much HP do you have, Mort? 6. Well,
Done.
did it. Okay. So unfortunately this means that I do have to tank from now on. I can't let Morty tank anymore.
Once. Okay.
I'm hurt.
Whoa, that was a big hit.
All right.
Damn it.
I have 1 HP.
Looks like my skills have increased.
Oh good, Mort just leveled up.
Done.
Did you see that?
Okay. So we can save this, and he now has the ability to level up. So he's going to get another 12 hit points. And we're about to hit level 5 on our protagonist as well.
Done.
Good as
Okay, I
done.
actually have to have him in front, because a magic missile trap will just outright kill me.
Damn it.
All right.
Damn it. My jaw is hanging on by a thread. Would you give me a hand here?
Oh god.
Damn.
Damn. Okay. So,
All right.
I'm wondering whether I should loot this place or not. I mean, the undead here have been attacking me anyway, so maybe I should just loot the place, but... I think for now I'm just gonna not. You know what? I think Komanaton is really way too practical to give a shit. Like, if we're being totally honest, this is not something that would be a moral dilemma for Komanaton. So where does this go? Because this is not labeled. This is to the inner chamber. This up here is not labeled at all. So this just leads over here.
Huh?
All right.
See that?
Done.
What? Sure, why not?
I'm gonna try to avoid using consumables. But I'm gonna have to eventually. Like, at some point I'm gonna get just blown up by something. Let's see. I have 5 HP, so I can actually tank a trap. As long as it doesn't roll max damage.
Looks like death's come for the bill.
As long as it doesn't roll max damage. I'm gonna reload. I actually don't like the idea of using the continual regen. So that rolled max damage. I'm gonna just wait. I'm just gonna run around and like loot the rest of this place while regenerating my HP. So did I think I already looted that one. Looks so beat up. Okay, so over here.
Done.
Nada. Okay, I'm up to 6 HP now. Okay, so it looks like I've fully explored this now, and I haven't triggered that trap yet. So it's too bad that I don't have a rogue to disarm the traps, but it's all good.
What's up? Sure, why not?
So we got a heart charm, a bunch of bandages.
All right.
And let's see here. Anything else I need? Yeah, so I'll go ahead and loot all this stuff, and then I'll just come around to the
Yeah. Sure, why not?
this here.
All right.
But yeah, the dead certainly have absolutely no usage for. Can I don't think I can set up waypoints.
All right.
Thought I had both of them selected.
I'm gone.
Okay, so I think we're done on this floor. We can now continue down to the second floor. And we have virtually no HP. That is a lot of beasties. You see a mid-sized man in long robes and deep black. His hair is neatly coiffed, and impeccably trimmed goatee complements his handsome features. Noticing your arrival, he puts down a book he was writing in and strides confidently over to you, smiling. Impressive. I must admit I never thought you would make it this far. Interesting. So, do you know why I'm here? So are you the one responsible for The Walking Dead? Who I am is of no consequence to you. What I want is the question that should concern you most. So, what do you want? I want your blood. Is that some kind of threat? The man starts to answer, but stops himself abruptly. An evil smile spreads across his face, and he begins to laugh. Yes, I suppose it is. Continues to laugh even harder at his own private joke. You notice that his hands have begun to move to his sides. Slowly, they flip back and forth, tracing intricate patterns in the air. Alright, so...
What's up, Chief?
Done.
Damn it.
that is such a cool spell.
What's the word, Chief?
We need to charge him.
I'm gone.
Wait, did he just miss with R? Oh, shit. Okay, so... I already have... How does he use it? Oh! The mage is dead. Okay, well, if the mage is dead, then we don't actually need... Oh, well, the skeleton's dropped as well. So, I was thinking we were going to need to use a consumable there to clear that fight out, but then Morty just blew that guy up. So my inventory is full again. We can go ahead and give some of this crap over to Mort. Some of this stuff over to our quick slots. So, I don't have the ability to identify that right now.
I'm gone.
And let's take a look here. I love how I've got this arm. 1 to 6 crushing damage. Not usable by mages. Okay. So this is the thing. So we can look at his diary. And we cannot identify this dagger. So, Scroll of Strength allows the user to cast Strength and copy Strength into their spellbook. So... So this spell cannot bestow a Strength of 19 or greater. So it gives a decent number of points. It lasts for an hour per level? Holy crap. That's ridiculously good. So this is Chromatic Orb. I have a vague idea of what Chromatic Orb will do. And we can go ahead and loot the rest of this place. There's a skull here. Let's not take the skull. This leather-bound tome is cracked and worn with age. Some sort of press has been burned into the cover. You can make out a series of interlocking triangles centered around the initials SR. The writings of this page are faded considerably, but the last few entries seem to have been penned recently. At last, I have found it. The missing page of the Uptarge Grimoire is now in my possession. As I had guessed, the page detailed the necessary components for the casting of the final transformation spell. I have all but the one component. A drop of an immortal's blood is all that stands between me and the eternal power of lichdom. But where can I find such a rarity? Perhaps I should seek the answer through divination. After days of taxing divination spells, I finally have my answers. The divination revealed the location of immortal to be somewhere within an ancient mausoleum located in the Hive section of the sigil. I must make haste. I must find this creature and draw its blood before it moves on. I've arrived at the mausoleum. Immediately I was set upon by a shade that guards the remains of those interred in this place. I managed to elude the spirit and found my way to what appears to have been some sort of inner sanctum, protected by some minor wards to prevent any further interruptions by the supernatural twit. I've set about raising some of the locals to conduct a search for the immortal. If the divination was accurate and the immortal is here, then likely it is interred within one of the many crypts that line the halls. It's only a matter of time now. I am not alone. Someone has entered the mausoleum and is interfering with my servants. Could this be the one I seek? The divination revealed only that I would find the immortal here. Could it be that my presence in this place is what prompted that which I seek to seek me out? What a delightful twist. I shall have to think on this last entry is still wet. Interesting. So I like the idea that like we interrupted his journal writing. He was like in the middle of writing his journal about, ooh, I'm so excited the immortal has come to me.
I'm gone.
Oh, what's up? Okay, I thank you. You have done me a great service. The spirits of my charges sleep quietly once again. Go in peace, friend.
Updated my journal. Stronger.
Wow, 2,000 experience, not bad. So I am level 5 now. 1 characteristic point gained. So I can now put points into one of my stats. And the question is, what stat am I going to put points into? So, again, I like from a practical standpoint the idea of him sort of like improving his social skills as he talks to people and things like that and learns about the world. But at the same time, I can't really justify it because of the fact that I just like the idea of Comoniton just with 9 charisma forever. And like if he ever has any social skills, it's because he cast a spell to give them to him. So we're not increasing our wisdom or int because those stats don't need to be increased anymore. So I need to figure out what I want to put points into. So I could put points into Dex, which gives me an AC bonus, which is nice because my AC is trash. So that's always good. Charisma is average. And let's see, strength is average. So all these are average right now. I think I'm going to get Dex. I'm thinking of getting it Dex up to like 18 and then pumping Constitution. Because Int and Wiz are done. I don't need to put any more points into them because there's so many points to gain over the course of the game. So I don't need to put points into those. But yeah, so I'm gonna go with this. And I need to be careful now. I don't want to hit level 7 as a fighter. Because it would not be good for me to do so. It'll sort of cut me off from being able to get the bonus that I want to get. I might want to get to level 7 as a fighter eventually, but not first. I need to hit level 7 as a mage first.
I'm gone.
So you can actually dual class in this game, and it's a weird sort of dual classing that's different than other games where you can just swap between classes at will. And let's see, we're going to talk to, who was it? Who was it that sent us on this? So the cat is hungry. I'm going to have to feed it soon. And I'm pretty much done with this area. Ah, it's this guy. You see Noroch. She's pulling one of the spikes out of his hair and using it to scratch a spot on his face. You can't help but think he'd look a lot better with dreadlocks. The dead sleep again. Noroch's lines of worry smooth out as you speak. Thanks, give I. He reaches into his robe to draw a small bag which he hands to you. Copper coin, 100. Thanks. Glad I could help. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a short break for now. We're going to go ahead and nope. You are not allowed up there. So we're going to just take a short break for now. And then next time, which will probably be about a half an hour, we will continue this up and go to the next area. Because I think we've pretty much completed the Hive area, this area here. I guess I'll just go over here, see if there's anybody here to talk to. Doesn't look like it. I guess we could fight these Hive thugs if we wanted.
I'm gone.
What's up? Alright, well. So we'll deal with these guys first.
All right.
And then once we dealt with these guys, we'll have pretty much completed this area. And there we go. So we're now done with this area, and we can continue this next time. So that's going to be it for right now. Thank you everyone for watching. It has been a pleasure to stream for you. And next time we'll continue on with running around the slums. Say goodbye, cat.